This is My Hero Academia Russell Drive. Manga, anime, news, and more. Russell Drive.
Hello and welcome to episode 128 of the My Hero Academia podcast. Thank you for joining me, everybody. And I actually we have a returning guest, Benjamin Banks, in the house.
What's good? What's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks. Pinkies up. Yay, yay.
Yay. And now, as a special treat, I have my in-real-life friend, who I forced to be on this episode, or politely asked, but she was nice enough to be on very last minute. But Joanna, say hi.
Hi, everybody. Good to be here.
Yay. Maybe let's actually, do a little, your intro, and then maybe we can do news after that. But how did you get into My Hero? Tell our listeners a little bit about you.
Well, I got into My Hero because of you, Kendra.
Oh, my!
That's for you, because when it first came out, I watched the first 2 episodes, and I thought, this looks so dumb, I didn't get it. And then we were hanging out, and we were talking about My Hero, and you're like, and I said, I really didn't like it, it's so dumb, and you're like, what's wrong with you? You need to watch it, you need to read that manga, it's so good. I was like, I leave it alone, so I kind of put it off for a really, really long time, I want to say over a year and a half, when after the originally came out, and then one day I'm like, you know what? Kendra keeps annoying me with this My Hero Academia stuff, so let me just sit down, forget the anime, let me just sit down and read the manga. So I actually read, the beginning, I showed and jump, I read it, and I read the first one, I'm like, wait, this is actually good. So I had swept it, I'm like, yo, this is actually not really good at it. This is amazing. And I come to her, I'm like, Kendra, I am so sorry for saying that this show was so dumb. This is amazing. I got hooked. I'm hooked now.
And the funny thing is, she had shown and jump because I made her read Haikyuu, and I was like, hey, I'm just not giving the volume, you're just going to read the app. Here's my thing, just read it.
Pretty much, yeah, I got the Haikyuu too, and I'm like, no, yeah, I mean, so that's how I got hooked onto My Hero Academia. Nice,
and do you have a favorite character?
My favorite character is Suyu. I don't know, I just like her frog, I like her quirk. I just feel like she's like a frog. I feel that's really, really cool. So she's my favorite character from the series.
He's called her Sue.
Yeah.
I know.
It's really cool to see kind of the more fruit. I want to say quirks. Oh my god, I said fruit. I was trying not to think of devil fruits. But the more the animal quirks, they are kind of pretty powerful, like we see with Mirko as well. I tried to think if we had got any other animals, but I don't know. Go Mirko and Sue. They shall take over the world. And this is a bit trickier. Do you have a favorite moment?
Favorite moment. I think it's when it's really hard because I have a lot of favorite moments in it. I think tricky. I think it's a sad moment, but I think it's just a moment when everyone came together. I think it's when Night-Eyed, when he was dying, and everyone was just coming together, just just kind of give him the last goodbye to him. I was just like, that is so. I was so happy. I'm like, that is so beautiful. It was so beautiful. I think that's one of my favorites. It's a sad one, but it's just one of my favorite moments.
Was it because All Might and Night-Eye finally reunited after having differences for so many?
Yeah, oh my goodness, yes.
And it was also just really nice because he saw Mirio's future, and I don't know, it's just very sweet.
And then I know that's what the story is. I'm like, stop it, don't listen to me.
I was standing in line at work for food, reading it, and I was like, wait, people die in My Hero. I was like, wait, what? But do you have your own theory about who the traitor might be, or any other theories that you might have about the series, or Dabi theories?
Traitor? That one I've been kind of going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was, I feel like, I know he talks, he was like undercover against the League of Villains. I don't know, something tells me, I feel like he might be a double agent. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Who knows? I could be wrong. That's my theory. Because I feel like, sometimes some people, they get, they're supposed to be good, but they get kind of torn to the dark, they get pulled in. I think that may have happened, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because he's a good guy, so that's what I got.
Nice. And do you have any, what would you like to happen next in the series? Like, plot lines you'd like to see going into, or just, cool ideas?
I just like this, Victoria, just kind of sees evolution. I can see, he has dolls for one, and different ones he keeps kind of, producing more of the original ones. So I just want to see more about that and how he kind of tailors that to his own stuff. He's just like that. I want to be the hero. I want to be oh my god. I want to see maybe not so much just all my just maybe his own stuff, his own individuality with the power that he has.
Woo. I think that's cool. Kind of just seeing the growth of Deku, as he goes through the series. So, I definitely hope it will, if it continues. I get, it just feels very the end of the series, even though
yes.
I hope not. I hope not.
Fingers crossed.
Question. How do you feel about Coda?
Sorry?
Coda. He's the guy who can talk to animals.
I think he's adorable. I think he's so cute. I know he's what was that? They're over there. I think he's cute. I think he's very cute.
Hey, how do you feel about him?
I'm about to go ahead and exit out. Y'all can do this without me.
To summarize, Banks does not like Coda.
I beat him with a passion.
Just because he's useless. Now fight. Or actually, no. We'll move on. But basically, yes. We have the Coda, not a Coda fan versus the Coda fan. He is cute. I will agree. He's ugly cute.
Yeah.
Boy, what is ugly cute?
He's an abomination, but he's my abomination. Oh well. But onto the news. We have a little bit. First of all, it's the most important character in My Hero Academia. This is kind of a two-part joke. But it's Ayazawa's birthday. It's also my birthday. Yay, go me.
Birthday.
But mainly, it's Ayazawa's birthday, and he gets some cool merch in One Justice 2. Looks like it might be ending, but his outfit doesn't actually look. Oh my god, they gave him jingle bells, a cat thing on his necktie. It's the link that Banks just shared, but oh my god, he should just only wear this.
Yeah, he has a belt and a bell on his neck or something like that, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, he's coming. That is the cutest thing on earth. So happy birthday to the best teacher, Ayazawa. We're very thankful. And people are sharing really cute fan art. And the other thing would be, it's pretty cool that My Hero actually ranks first in the U.S. monthly book scan. So first is the volume 25, and then second is volume 1, third is volume 2. So basically people getting the newest volume, and then people starting the series. So, woo! My Hero is really popular.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's at the top right now. I mean, I will say that My Hero is one of those, series that is still kind of slowly building up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of sad because it's been out for so long now. But I do think that it'll eventually surpass some of the greatest. I enjoy it more than Dragon Ball Z now. So.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I don't want to step on any toes. We'll see. I think
I know that's that's a whole series about.
Some fans take it super seriously. They get mad about stuff like this, and I'm like, no. It's also kind of cool that volume 3, 4, and 5 are also in the top 20. So people like are really making their way through the series, getting into it, and hopefully maybe also checking out other anime and manga as well. Like maybe it's some people's starter anime or manga because it's kind of like pretty easy to get into.
Yeah.
Or also maybe they're longtime fans of anime. Superheroes combining with like manga is like it's been done before, but it's just really cool to see such a popular series of it. I don't know. But Banks, did you want to do the author's comment, or I think I made we made you read it last time as well.
Yeah, I don't mind reading it again.
Sure.
Alright, so this week's author comment is, I shook the container of tea while forgetting that the lid was loose. I felt the calming flavor of tea leaves cover my entire face. Have been a good decision.
Poor girl. You just get like a tea bath. It's like a bath bomb. And we didn't mention, but Joanna is going to be doing basically a live reaction because she hasn't read the chapter yet. That's where we're kind of avoiding saying anything. So, you're in for a reaction. Let's see if Joanna swears. You can swear. You can swear on here. I think it'll be funny. And as a general warning, we did get some emails. We probably won't be going through them just as we are on a bit of a time crunch right now. But anyways, are we good to start reading the Chap? So this is the chapter 290 called Dabi's Dance. So I can only imagine he's going to teach us the polka or something. And we're at a non-destroyed hospital, Fujitani Hospital. And they're saying, kill the TV in room 315, hurry! Is that the page that Snape told Harry Potter to turn to? Please turn to page 2. I don't know.
I think it's like, no, I think it's like, I didn't know it's what I was page 394, don't quote me, but I think it's 394.
Okay.
Don't quote me if I think that's what it is.
I don't know Harry Potter reference, but...
Don't be mad at me, but I've never read Harry Potter before.
Honestly.
Yes.
I was thinking Rowling said some shitty stuff now, so it's kind of like...
I know, there's so much conflict, but it's a really good series.
Yeah.
It's a good series.
I've seen the first movie, and that's it.
You need to do a Harry Potter kick. But people are doing some kicking or more like running, saying, she's been making so much progress towards her release. But now this? Talk about terrible timing. And they're running through the hospital hallways saying, and we hear the TV saying, cannot get any closer. We see room 315, Mrs. Todoroki, hard to make out from this distance, and we see she's watching TV and the flowers are that Endeavor has been giving her, apparently. And, because we can see he was watching basically the Endeavor fight, and then it cuts. Oh no, what's this? Our signal? And she's like, and we see a certain someone appear on a sofa. And his like clothes are littered around. It kind of looks like the start of a porno. Or something.
It's like, what's that porno couch? They're like,
oh yeah! The black couch. It makes me think of some like anime figures, like my One Piece has like portrait of pirate or something. It's people like sitting down on chairs very dramatically, and it makes me think of that. But before it's Dabi. But why is he doing that? But then we cut back to the fight, and Gigantomachi is yelling, "Master!" And Shigaraki turns, and the all for one inside of him goes, "Superb timing, Machia." After a one-for-all beating from Izuku Midoriya and a roasting from Endeavor, Tomura's body could fail at any moment. Having Rivet Stab activated from his spinal cord with Auto Tracker reduces the burden placed on his body and mind. So now we get a name for those weird, like, cyber tentacles. Such measures are necessary given that this body's wretched state. Now Machia must be ordered to retreat. But Shigaraki doesn't want to retreat, so that might be difficult. Shigaraki ain't having that. He blasts in. And I really like, you can see again, that, like, the hair is a different color than the pure white background, which is actually different than it usually is, but it makes it stick out more.
Yeah, I agree. It pops up more.
And Shigaraki's thinking, there's no way we can handle fighting both that giant and Shigaraki. I'd better take Shigaraki out now, or down, since he's already on his last leg. And we see Nijiri actually she attacked last chapter as well, so she's still getting through something. He's like, so strong, surge and half cold, half hot. They refuse to give our broken body the slightest reprieve, so this is probably still all for one thinking mainly. And we get output level 100! I really like that pose because it's kind of like, she twists it or something.
Yeah. Like, where have I seen that at before?
Ooh.
Somebody with chains around their arms. I can't think of it.
And Todoroki does Flash Fire Fist! And it's really cool. We get Nijiri Flood and Jet Kindling! Which is just, really cool. And also just, Todoroki using his fire on someone is still kind of a big deal.
It is.
Yeah. So I don't think he's, actually, he probably attacks Stain with fire, maybe. And we've probably seen it, a little bit. But this is, the first really big attack on a person. Unless I, missing something obvious, in which I apologize. But Endeavor yells, "Run!" But it's they're winning. Yeah, his face was he's terror. He doesn't even have pupils. But that's a very cool visual of Shigaraki just getting got. But Joanna, what happens next?
As we can see, we got that. I call him the crazy monster thing because he scares the living heck out of me. He just smashes in to where I can see a lot of the 1A students. Who do I see? I think that's Ida. I see that him there. So you see a big explosion, and then you kind of go on to page 7 where he's like, "The JV showed up. Put me down, you armored board, And he's like, you're conscious, but take it easy. Your vitals have been hit. Gotta achieve absolute victory." Yeah, that you need to calm down, Waka, because that's impossible. That's never no one gets absolute victory.
Yeah.
And then we go on to that I still call him the crazy monster thing. And he's like, "Huff, master. I've come. Your will is my command, so give me orders." Because he still, the last breath, still wants the command. And he's like, "Shigaraki, you're not looking so hot." And then I hear, "Are you okay, Shoto?" Then, going on, say, "Sorry, Hawks, it's my fault that the giant is up and about. I need to take him down. Where is his ability? Demo and strike back." Okay, never, sorry, backstory. I'm glad he kind of switched to how he's kind of trying to be helpful, trying to be pro hero, because he was an ass. I hate him so much, but at first I'm he is an ass. No wonder.
It's kind of cool, it's kind of his fight with High End trying to figure out the abilities, so it's kind of he is he just wants power to be strong, but he isn't stupid.
Yeah. It's All Might has definitely kind of rubbed off on him in a way, but he's still an asshole, though.
I like him. I don't think so. I feel okay, he's getting better. I know he's kind of perfect, but he's getting better. Alright, so then continue on. He's like, "But what if my lungs is shot? How hard can I even hit when every breath I take is agony? Just watch me. I just have to do it. I just have to do it. After all, I'm this nation's top hero, right? Yep, number one now. So I'm there you go. Oh, there you are. You look handsome all the way up here. Oh, do I spy Shoto too? That's perfect." He's like, "Huh?" It's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Dabi. Now we got a whole week to do as well." And he's like, "Ouch, is that any way to address me?" And he's splashing something, some water as they splash. And he's like, "I have a great name. Call me Toya." Toya? I was like, "Okay." You're that was strong. Really? I know my face. exactly what it was, but I was sure my own kind would have figured it out. And he's like, what? And it's like, this little flashback is like, your older brother is like, Toya? Like, that's Todoroki. And then we go back to the hospital, where they see the TV. It's like, I am Toya Todoroki, the eldest son of Endeavor. My boy. Wow.
Huh?
I was thinking she doesn't recognize the name Toya, because it honestly, like, it's been mentioned, but it hasn't been, like, super front and center.
Yeah, it has been. But then it's like, I'm like, wait, what? Like, that is like, are you kidding me? I'm a huge, okay. And he's like, okay, so he's like, I am Toya Todoroki, the eldest son of Endeavor. To date, I have killed over 30 innocent people in cold blood. That is not cool.
Yeah, shit.
That's not, you do not brag about that. That's not okay. And today, I like everyone to know exactly what drove me to such despicable acts. I don't blame you. Your dad. That was a bit of an ass, so I don't blame him.
Alright, and so then we see a destroyed city, and Dabi says, once upon a time, Endeavor yearned for nothing but power, but when he found himself unable to surpass All Might, he despaired. To concoct even stronger quirks for my father, forced a woman who would become my mother to marry. That's when my father created me in pursuit of his selfish, egotistical dreams. And then you just see, like, all of this destruction. You see people injured, people covered by debris. It looks like there's one girl, she's crying, and I'm assuming it's one of her parents.
Oh, fuck, I didn't realize you saw that hand in the earlier panel.
Yeah. And then it's like people, like, every world is seeing what's going on right now with Dabi.
I want to say, I'm pretty sure that Can't You See kid, the kid who was cheering on Endeavor before.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I think that is him.
He's not wearing the scarf, but he's wearing, like, the plaid again.
Yeah, you're talking about the Natsu kid. And yes, in the manga, like, there's no color, but on the anime, like, the scarf that he was wearing was similar to Natsu from Fairy Tail. And yeah.
I got confused because one of the Todorokis is called Natsu, so I was like, no.
Isn't that what his name is in Fairy Tail? Isn't it Natsu?
I think you're right.
Okay.
He also has pink hair or something, like he has weird brown hair.
Yes, he has pink hair, and that's how he looks in the anime, just like how you have the Kakashi hero, like the female Kakashi. So then, you see the kid, the Natsu kid, and Dabi's still talking, and he says, it didn't take long for him to reject me. I was tossed to something but a less failed creation. And then, like, you just see, like, all this damage, and then you see Endeavor, Todoroki, everybody's looking, and then it says, these murderous flames of mine are Endeavor's flames. I'm not saying it's just you. And I have plenty of reason to keep watching you, but I never forgot a thing. And then as Shoto and Eiji, like, they're looking on, and then it says, and guess what? Right now, my pre-recorded life story is broadcasting nationwide and on the net. And who is the guy that's broadcasting it?
Oh, I just call him Fringe Guy. I don't actually remember his name. Fringe Guy, Fringe.
And so Fringe Guy says, quite the ace up his sleeve. Man, I'm having a blast. Sorry, where was I? How could I make you hurt? How did that stomp all over your life? I've been pondering all this ever since that day. I couldn't figure out why I even existed, and every day I crawled in knots, crying my eyes out. Not that you ever knew, right? I couldn't figure out why I even existed, and every day I crawled in knots, crying my eyes out. Not that you ever knew, right? When you finally achieved success with your little puppet Shoto, I thought killing him might do the trick. But then, who would have guessed? You got bumped up to number 1. Suddenly I was rooting for your happiness. My blood ran cold when I thought you might fight the big one in Kyushi. Then I led Star Servant and Ending straight to you, one after the other. You were finally number one. It's all you ever wanted, but it must have weighed on you, right? Or was all the praise and admiration like chicken soup for your soul? I used to read that book when I was younger.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, those were really great.
When at long last you could stare your kids in the eye, did you finally start to feel the warm and fuzzy bonds of family? You must have thought, as long as I face the future, I can be better. I can tell you are at a loss for words, so here's the answer. The past never dies.
Ooh.
I felt that.
Yeah.
Hey, I would be pissed too. I mean, because we how Endeavor used to be before, you know, he started growing a heart. Like he's like the Grinch. Like remember with these cat kids, and his heart just grew like 10 inches bigger. So that's what I'm looking at when I think of Endeavor. And so it goes and it shows Todoroki and it shows Endeavor, and like they both just look shocked and surprised. And then Dabi says, "Get it yet? You reap what you sow. So let's tango, you and me, NG Todoroki. A dance with your son here in hell." And then it goes to the next panel, and then it shows the jet flying in, like how
oh yeah.
It shows that jet just like how when Goku was arriving on Namek, and like the space landed, and that's what it reminds me. So, yep, that's it.
Oh, I didn't even notice the jet until like someone posted. I think Kayla posted the official translator. You can follow him on Twitter, CD Cubed. But I saw that and I was like, wait, what? But before I start off, I do want to get Joanna's reaction because this is a live. She found out he was Toya. Were you aware of theories before that Dabi might have been Toya?
No. I feel like he was one of the characters just like, yeah, he was just kind of like, okay, yeah, he shows his brother, he's kind of like, kind of like, I don't want to say irrelevant, but kind of irrelevant to me. I was like, I wasn't really paying attention to him, but I kind of don't blame him because, like, I felt like every time, like, I think the part when he, like, went Endeavor, like, he tried, like, I think it was the first time he came over, and he tried to build a bond, and he was just kind of like, ugh, like, don't bother me, like, I'm never gonna forget what you did to my mom, to my brothers, my sister, so, like, but I never thought that.
Oh, no, he's not that brother. It's a mystery brother. He's not the...
What? Okay, oh, man. Wait, what?
So there are... Okay,
hold on.
So there's Ryumi, there's the sister, and there's Natsu, who's the brother in college, then there's Todoroki, and now there's another brother, Tetsu? I just forgot his name. Toya. Toya.
Wait, okay, now... Are you kidding? Okay, oh my goodness.
So we knew Toya was dead. We have seen... Like, there was a shrine in the Todoroki house, and they mentioned it a little bit when they ate, like, dinner at Todoroki's house. It got broken.
That's why it got broken. Oh, yes, okay. Wait, oh, wow. Yeah, that's like a computer, like, sick. Oh, I did not know. Oh, my goodness. Now my head exploded even more. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, man, so much. A lot.
What we thought was dead, and we'll go more. I'll go, and then you go, and then Banks can go, basically. But I like this chapter. I did get it spoiled for me. Like people were posting about it, like on election night, basically. It was like people were already talking, and some people didn't like it because like fans had already kind of predicted it, mainly just because like he had fire powers, and like he said Endeavor's name, and like he said Todoroki's full name, so it was kind of like. Something's up here. So, like, people called it, but, like, I don't think it ruins it. I think the reveal here was pretty surprising just because, like, he broadcasted to television and then, like, did a dance. It'd be like, yeah, I'm your son. What you gonna do? I do want more details, though. I'm just like, why are you alive? Why do you think you were dead? Who gave you those stitches? What the fuck is happening? So I'm just like, I also just feel bad for, I think, Rei, Todoroki's mom. I'm just like, just let her rest. Like, she doesn't need this shit. Why do you have to broadcast it on TV? Like,
yeah, she was recovering.
Yeah, it's nice it's not, like, targeting her specifically, because that's what I thought at first. I was like, oh my god, he like knows she's there and is like talking to her. But it's more like to everybody. I guess I'm wondering though, because he wanted, oh my god, I said Dabi, he wanted twice for something. I wonder if it was for this, to maybe like spread the word of clones, because he wanted to use the Fringe guy, but I guess he's wanted it for his hacking, so he could like, I'm gonna hack into the mainframe. It's not that easy, but okay. And my other thing I would say is that I was listening to a podcast about Ted Bundy, who's a serial killer, and Ted Bundy murdered 30 people. Oh, probably. And it's just interesting that he also, like, Dabi has also killed 30 people, and there's probably no connection at all. But I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know, fuck Dabi. I'm just like, it is interesting we're kind of jumping back into the Endeavor stuff, because we've definitely been like, oh, he's changed, and he's trying to make better, but it's like, past never dies. Like, what you've done doesn't go away. So it's kind of like, what do you do? How do you handle this? But I don't know. Overall, good chapter. I'm just interested in what will happen next. Who's in that plane? Just throw some water on them. That's what you do. Like, one of those firefighting planes. I know that has, like, we saw there was, like, wound up cords or something. I want it to be a fire hose. And just, like, blast Dabi and be like, no! Bad dog.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? It's like, when it comes to Dabi, like, why is the fire hydrant hero never anywhere around?
I don't know. Yes. And I guess, what else am I wondering? I don't know. It's just interesting. I don't know. Dabi, you need proof, basically. Bring out your birth certificate or something. Then I'll believe you.
I agree. Because, people like to make lies and say, oh yeah, I'm this one's son, this one's daughter, but you never know.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder what will happen. Like, will this destroy your society? Like, if Endeavor's abusive, like, past reality is revealed.
That's interesting. A lot of people don't really know about. I guess don't really know about his past with his family because he kind of keep it like hush hush.
Yeah, and he's like the number one hero, so he kind of puts his face in that.
Yep.
But, I don't know. But, Joanna, what were your thoughts on the chapter?
I am speechless. Like, I was not expecting someone some dead son coming to the factory like, I'm here to exact revenge on my dad. That was surprising, this is alive, so... I'm speechless. I'm still kind of speechless about it, but I'm just, because like you mentioned, I am interested about this whole, not about this whole backstory, like, where did he go? Like, he's supposed to be dead, so, like, where has he been under a rock, in a cave, in the middle of a mountain, like, where has he been this whole time? And I'm kind of happy because, for me, sorry people if you get offended, but I feel like this fight, it's been kind of stale for me, because I feel like it hasn't been going anywhere. Like, I'm just like, you need to, I don't know, take it up a little bit, because I'm kind of getting a little bit bored about this, so I'm kind of glad it's like a little twist where it's just like, boom, that person comes from the dead, so I'm kind of interested to see how that goes.
And it's kind of just like, just Dabi, so the response will be interesting. I also wonder, like, the person who stitched him up wasn't the evil doctor, because he hadn't joined up with Shigaraki yet. He joined up with him after Stain. So it's just like, intrigue. But any other thoughts, Joanna?
Nope. I just wanted to see where this man has been hiding. Where he's been hiding.
Yeah, he's just like, he turns into like a hermit crab and hides away. But thanks, what are your thoughts?
I thought that this was a good chapter. Like how Kendra was saying earlier, I was spoiled on this chapter on election day. I was spoiled, that morning on Facebook, out of all places. Somebody had said that, it was finally revealed, and, I was kind of pissed off because it's like, everybody already kind of like had those, theories that Dabi was related to, Todoroki and whatnot. They were brothers and stuff. And, some people were just like, no, it's just, he just has blue flames. And then some people were just like, no, they are related. Like, that's Endeavor's son. And it finally came out and it was revealed and it was actually trending on Twitter. Like, it was crazy. Like, I want to say like it was trending. I think it was either number 1 or number 2. Either the election was number 2 and My Hero was number 1 or My Hero was number 2 and the election was number 1. But that's crazy that My Hero was trending on the same day as the election. But yeah, it was a good chapter. I was happy, to finally read it and, see what all the buzz was about and whatnot. And one of the things that I love about My Hero Academia and something that Horikoshi does is the inspiration that he takes from, other properties and he kind of uses them in his story because I think I've said this before on the podcast where he's borrowed stuff from Avatar: The Last Airbender and kind of, referenced it with his characters like how Todoroki, he has the burn on his eye, just like how Zuko has the burn on his eye. And now with the reveal that Dabi is his brother and he has the blue flames, it reminds me of Azula, how she has blue flames. And it's never revealed in the series how Azula acquired the blue flames. I think somebody figured out how she got them or something like that, but I feel like the reason why Dabi has blue flames is because he originally had the same, type of flames that Enji had, like his family, but because of being tossed to the side and his heart turning into black, I feel like that's how the blue flames were. I'm definitely hoping in the next chapter we find out more, like you said, like where was he at this whole time? Like what's going to happen now with Endeavor now that people know that somebody in the League of Villains is his son now, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of people are going to want to know more about Endeavor's past because, like I said, he's an asshole. Like I hated him.
Yeah, well,
I hated
100%.
Yeah, and I mean like. I say this about people in real life too. Like, everybody deserves a second chance. I do believe that people can change, and I do like that Endeavor has, gone out of his way to try to make amends with his family. Even kind of making amends with All Might, like asking All Might for advice. Because for the longest time, he hated All Might, and he was just trying to become a better person. But even with doing that, you do have to answer for your past, and even if he apologizes, people are either going to accept him for his apology and for the person that he's becoming now, or they're just going to turn on him and say he doesn't need to be the number 1 hero anymore.
I do know that apparently Horikoshi said before he hasn't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, so it's just it's all kind of works together. It is kind of interesting. It's kind of like a reverse Star Wars, where instead of Darth Vader being like, "I am your father," we get the dramatic, "I am your son."
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
So he's got is Endeavor's gonna lose a hand. They go, no! Really dramatically. So I just know what'll happen next. I hope Gran Torino Gigantomachia takes a nap soon. Okay, also I do want to mention, how the heck did he pour bleach in his hair, or was his hair just dirty?
What is that?
Alcohol, so that way he can make the flames even bigger and hotter. That's what I think that is.
But his hair turned white. That's what I thought at first too. That I thought he was going to do a fireball, but he just poured it on his head. Maybe it's just white. Maybe it's just white paint.
I don't know. I'm sticking with alcohol. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean,
but it doesn't change your hair color. I think Gary on the chat suggested it was dirty or something. Or maybe it's just a really bad dye job, or it's ashes or something. I like the idea of it just being white paint. I keep wanting to say white paint, so it kind of dyes it. Who knows? He's kind of doing the I don't know if you'll know this, but yeah, and you kind of do the cat, lucky cat symbol, where the cat puts its hand down. You make a cat noise. Yeah. So that's what he's doing. I'm going to edit it so he's saying, yeah. That might be the episode image, because this is a dark chapter. And just
it kind of is.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see how the anime will do the dance. What kind of dance is he doing? Is he just kind of running in his place?
or kind of just pops on over, like, poof, I am Toya.
We're just doing like Gangnam Style, like what dance, what moves you got, Toya? Like show your moves. Yeah.
He's probably just spinning around in circles or something, like a maniac. Like I'm thinking like a Johnny Depp in any movie where he's dancing and spinning around. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I like it, and I do like that it starts out showing like Deku being like, huh, and like also showing Baku earlier, but then afterwards it's just. Or it also shows, like, people around the world, or around Japan. But then, like, when he's doing his dance, it's just, like, the Todorokis again and again, like, zooming in closer on their faces. I appreciate it's kind of like a family affair, but I feel like it's gonna, like, pan out and be like, yeah, more people are here. This is really weird family reunion.
Something else. Like, they didn't show the brother and sister.
Oh, yeah! Shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
well, I could beat Toya in not hearing the news because my internet was down today. So like, and I don't have a TV, so I just wouldn't hear the news. So haha, screw you, Dabi. Maybe Fumi has a power outage and she doesn't get to hear your stupid news.
Yeah, that's true too. It's gonna be very interesting. I mean, because it's like his son already hates him. Shoto started coming around, but it's still like a gray area, and now this is revealed. And honestly, too, like, has Shoto ever talked about Toya before?
Like a tiny amount, maybe a tiny amount in one of those chapters. In like one of the chapters when they went to the house, he might have like mentioned his brother in passing.
Yeah, like probably that he had an older brother, but he passed away. I think that's all he's ever said about him. So now see that he does have an older brother, and I want to say that this is the first interaction that they've had with each other too, right?
Oh, with Todoroki. Dabi and Todoroki met at the training camp really quickly. And Dabi said like Todoroki Shoto, like his full name.
Okay.
Oh, and the blue flames I forgot to mention just are like hotter, so he's like has stronger fire, basically.
See, and that's the same thing that they said about Azula and Avatar was that her blue flames were stronger than the regular flames.
So I wonder if maybe someone has to die, or you have to like go like for in this universe you to make it, or maybe his powers were already really hot.
She's my hero, I got it.
And we did get a tweet from @Lady Stinkerbell. She said, "I was floored, knew it was coming, but wow."
I like people called it already, and like it was spoiled. I still think it's a good reveal because it's not. I don't know. I think it's played pretty well. It's kind of just
That's why I do not go on. That's why I go on social media, because social media has ruined things for me. So especially if I know something, I'll be like, until I read it, I'm stay away from Facebook, stay away from Twitter, stay away from Instagram. And so that's what I do, because I know people like to talk, and that really a lot.
Yeah.
And we actually got another tweet from Kevin @KDuane. I really apologize for pronouncing your name wrong. @KDUAYAN. I'm very sorry. And he says, "I think I'm already late, and I'm adding this in afterwards, so you won't hear the other guy's response. But man, what a twist. I always thought Spinner is Toya." Spin. When we saw his backstory, Horikoshi, you mad lad. And then he says, "Seriously though, this is one hell of a reveal. Now I'm excited. Where is this going? Also, I want to hear what you guys thought about this, so hopefully you're hearing it now." And I like the Spinner joke shout. I hope, Sophie, if you're listening, Spinner is Toya. We changed the rules. But it's a hell of a reveal. I think hopefully people to enjoy it. I enjoyed it, even though people might have already kind of called it. I'm reiterating it. Spinner's Toya now. You heard it here first. And another tweet that is sneaking in, because I'm editing right now, people, so I apologize, I keep adding more. This is from @GreatBigSword saying, "He really Joker danced while giving the speech we'd all been waiting for years." Yeah, he just yeah! Or give him some stairs, Dabi needs to find some stairs, and he can dance up and down them. That's my understanding of the Joker dance. And, yes, they've been on before. So, thank you for tweeting at us, even if it was late, but we're releasing it late, so it works.
But let's start segueing out. Joanna, I know you don't have a Twitter or I don't know if you have Twitter you want to plug, but is there any shows or anything that you've been reading or watching that you wanted to recommend to people?
Haiku, Lucy.
Yes!
Loving, watching. I haven't finished manga because I'm very sad that it's ended. I don't want to finish it because if I finish it, it's gonna hurt me a lot.
Oh.
It was such a good. When I saw it finishing, I was just like, no, you can't finish me already. This is no, you can't do this to me. But yeah, so Haiku, I recommend. I love Haiku. There's also it's a Crunchyroll original, The God of High School. That's really good. I really recommend that. Trying to kids people find each other, be the best.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoyed. That's why I finished. I just finished it. Season 3 so much is finished. So if you want to watch it, it's there. And there's one more. What was the last one? I'm trying to remember. What's the last one that I wanted to? I think that's it for now.
Nice.
That's my last.
Banks, where can we find you on Twitter, or where can we find you? And do you have any shows that you'd like to recommend? Just keep it to one, maybe, or more.
Oh no, I don't. I don't really have any shows that I want to recommend. One important thing that I forgot for us to mention for this episode was, remember on last week's episode we were trying to figure out who Ida was gonna try to save, and he ended up taking Bakugo, because I think I said he was gonna try to save Gran Torino because he was injured. But yeah. So you can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook by typing in Benjamin Banks, and I should be the first one to pop up. If not, I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. And you can follow and listen to my Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks at Leveling Up Banks, and that is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yeah.
Nice. Yay. You can follow us on Twitter at MAJPod. You can email us at myheropod@gmail.com. We will get to the emails next week. It's just we had a bit of a weird... It's also a big chapter and a bit of a weird day. And visit our website at www.majpod.com. And I would say I usually I shout out the same charity every week, so I'm going to do it again. The Okra Project is a really cool thing where it donates... or it makes meals for Black trans people, and it makes healthy home cooked meals at no cost to them. I just think it's pretty neat, especially during the pandemic. I know it's I don't know, it's pretty awesome. And I would say it's a stressful time right now. I hope everybody's taking care. And I don't know what roundup can we do to yell. Oh, again, that's Okra Project. Google it. I'll also have a link in podcast description. And you can follow me on Twitter at Sniper of My Heart as well. I might not have mentioned that. And I'm on Haiku Podcast at Haiku Pod, if you're from the top. And can anybody think of anything to segue into yelling the end? Yelling.
Toya, he revealed who he was. He poured something in his hair. Ida is a four-eyed armored freak.
It was kind of like when he poured the hair. It's kind of like in a beauty commercial when he's pour water on. They're like, so I got it. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe he's a Todoroki. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe he's Maybelline.
Yeah, go with that.
Okay. Let's just do it. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Go Beyond Plus Ultra. Okay. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Go Beyond Plus Ultra.